Shoot! Go!
Hey guys, welcome to this episode of the Go Mango TokuCast. I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
The Cinder Blaze.
My dude! Welcome back.
Yeah.
This episode's going up late, but that will not stop us from reviewing Kamen Rider Build Episode 9. Now, I'm gonna go on the record and say this is just about the cutest episode I've ever seen of Build. It was the quote unquote date between Misora and Mr. Dragon. I forgot his name
Banjo.
suddenly. Banjo. How could I forget? I don't think it was like an actual date, but you know, it was really cute to see them together.
Yeah, you can't stop me from shipping them.
I don't know. I still ship Misora and Sento. Just a little more.
I don't know.
But
I kind of want like the news lady to end up with someone, so I'm just kind of like keeping Sento off to the side.
I'm pretty sure the news lady's gonna end up with that old dude, just because she's a bad guy now.
Which old dude?
The one that was like banana backwards. Nanba. Is that his name?
Yeah, but
That
by
was
the
a
end of the
joke.
series,
Anyway.
you know she's gonna switch to another old guy.
Is she like straight up evil though? By the way, this is spoilers for Build Episode 9. Is she like playing both sides? Is she what? Like, I think in the watch along, if you haven't seen that, check that out here. When we were watching it, I had just got done saying, "Oh, hey, look at that! The reporter lady not even doing anything this episode," and then she shows up on the bad guys team. I was like, "Oh, great!" Immediately eating those words, but her smallest appearance made the biggest difference this episode, or one of the biggest differences this episode.
Yeah, I feel like she can be on either side right now. Like until we get like backstory and kind of like know which side she sympathizes on or sympathizes for, or if she's like kind of forced to, you know, comply with the antagonist. We don't really know. So for the time being, she's just like, you can't really trust her, which is, you know, a nice kind of thing to add into the group because, you know, they're getting along pretty well. Nothing was really, you know, there's no conflict
throwing
there.
a wrench in there. Yeah, and I'm glad that we get to see actual like motivation and just drive.
Drive was in this episode?
The girls of the group. No. But you know, they actually have maybe ulterior motives, and you know, which means there are actual motivations in the female leads. So that makes me pretty happy. I feel like I don't want to say it was a focus episode, but we definitely got to highlight them a lot. Especially with how little we got to see the reporter.
I mean, for this one, it's not really a focus on her, just like a little tease for some possible like development in the future. But we did get a lot from Misora, and like her kind of like reserved personality just really, it works really well with like Banjo, because he's like, well, if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You know?
They do play off each other really well.
Yeah, and like it was kind of like I really wished that they picked like a clown costume for her, but what they did end up going for was just like, oh, it was real nice for the whole like, you know, date theme of this episode.
Yeah. And hey, we got Banjo with a pompadour.
I mean, his personality
wrong?
already had a pompadour, and now to actually see it on him, it just works really well.
It completes the look.
Yeah. I kind of like forgot what happened in the middle episode. I know there's like a lot of stuff with, like Faust occurring, right? Especially with like the sympathizers of Katsuragi and how they kind of like...
Well, I mean, it's not really just it's not really like sympathizes. It's like the whole conceit of this episode was, you know, it's not scientists who are inherently the bad ones. It's the people who use their technology and their innovation and twist it into something evil. So it was Sento basically like, you know, he was on the side of what's his name again?
Which one?
Evil foul scientist that founded it. We've been saying
Katsuragi?
his name for episodes. Katsuragi, yeah. It was basically him defending him and Banjo being like, hey, hold on, he's evil. But no, he's not evil. But hey, he's evil. But no, he's not evil. You know, it's that back and forth. And I do... This whole bromance thing is... the antagonism between the two works a lot better than it did in X8. Because, I mean, in X8, we had them fighting, like, you know, being frustrated with each other for the sake of doing so, and everyone being all hard-headed, and that got really stale. But here, it feels a lot more natural. Their characters really inform why they are conflicting the way they are, and it will make an even better payoff for when they do finally, like, you know, make amends, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, for X8, it was kind of like pointless arguments because the end result for both of their, like, motivations would be the same, you know? They both are just trying to beat the bad guy, except Brave's all like, I'm gonna, like, finish him off, and then, like, Snipe comes out of nowhere in episode 3, and he's like, no, I'm gonna finish him off, and it's like, okay, shit.
I mean, it was basically just them stroking their egos the whole time. And with Build, like I said, it's like legitimate issues that would cause conflict in the group.
Yeah, and they also provide a little bit of exposition too. Like they're giving character development to Katsuragi through all this, even though he's not directly, like, you know, in there and telling his backstory and stuff like that. Because, like, Sento's just saying, from what we know, he's like, well, I don't know that he was trying to do all of this stuff. Like, maybe he did try to do, like, all this human experimentation, but, like, the pure science of it is not what's wrong, you know?
Yeah. So I do respect that a lot about Sento, and I mean how he's not quick to judge as well, and it's not really like, again with, I'd say, X8 and Ghost, how it's always super preachy. They'd be like, no, we got to do the right thing always, and then, you know, stick up for, but he has legitimate, you know, respect for, like, hey, don't judge him until you know his intent fully.
Yeah.
You know? I still feel like that's a really good quality for Build to have. I don't know.
It's the reason that Banjo got, like, saved in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, you know, I don't really think he's evil, so I'm going to try to help him out because I can.
Yeah.
And then we also had some interactions with, I think, the leader of Faust currently. I forgot his name, but he's that creepy dude with the mustache. And
Bat.
Yeah, and he had that
Batman?
real awkward scene in the bathhouse.
Oh my goodness! And then I didn't need to hear the whole the banana guy enjoying his bath. He gets in and it's like,
he just kind of like melts down, becomes like Java. I kind of like half expected that.
No, but I was too caught up in the weird scene happening at all to really fully pay attention to what was going on. So let me ask you this: what happened in that scene?
I think know that Nanba dude was the one in charge of, like, providing, like, the technology to build all the shit that they're making.
Right.
And he wants to, you know, create the Kamen Rider army, you know, like every series. So
sure, I mean, sometimes.
Well, it's been, like, frequent for a while, so I'm just gonna say every series.
Okay, sure.
But I think like the reason why that scene kind of like stuck out is because we couldn't really like. I feel like most people when they watch that scene, they couldn't focus on like what was actually happening, because I think that was like the first time. What's his suit's name? Night Rogue.
Night Rogue.
Yeah. When Night Rogue, I think Night Rogue didn't have any like parts prior to this, and just like cold open to him in like the bathhouse, which, you know, ironically.
Yeah.
But like the bathhouse itself,
Mhm.
I mean, I haven't been to Japan and seen the bathhouses. It just, the lighting for that was just super awkward. You know, it kind of just felt like you weren't watching Kamen Rider anymore. You're kind of just like watching like a reality TV type of show. And it's like, what is this even doing here? They can at least like add like some fancy lights and I don't know.
I don't know. It's supposed to have a different tone just because it's supposed to be so relaxing, and yet they made a scene so tense in there. Is there? I wonder if maybe there was supposed to be some sort of like intent where it's like, hey, relaxing place, but really tense sort of situation. I don't know.
Yeah, but like having two old floppy guys just, you know, wade around in water. It's not the best way to set up, you know, this interaction, but I guess it did work.
Yeah, maybe there is some cultural significance that we are missing here. I'm not quite sure. But also we got the reveal that Katsuragi did create the build system. And also he made trading cards for it. He can summon monsters as a result using holograms.
Yeah, I kind of wish that he had like cards for like the other forms. Like while he was doing the advertisement for the whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
Might as well just like go full.
Whole hog on that advertisement.
Yeah, and he was kind of enjoying himself too while doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and like the multiple camera angles that were set up. Like,
oh my goodness, that was the funniest part of that. Like, how many did you need?
Yeah, like
did you have a whole crew for this?
That was like a video diary sort of like. This was the cold open for the entire episode. So like, we start the episode like in a video diary kind of thing, and he starts switching the camera like not even like 2 seconds after starting it. And he's like, wait. Did he is he fully producing his video diary? Like there has to be someone else there, or else he just has like a bunch of cameras just like sitting there, which is not something you should have.
Right. It was jarring because it felt too produced.
Yeah,
right?
And I was complaining that like parts of this episode weren't produced enough. So,
I don't know.
Yeah, that was actually probably my favorite part of this episode, aside from...
It was hilarious.
The whole date thing, which I just...
Mm-hmm. That was my favorite part. That was the best. Except I think they ran away without the clothes. Anyway, speaking of clothes, let's bring this episode to a close.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Oh! No, you don't, because there's no video. Anyway.
Well, yeah, there is, because your webcam's still on.
Oh, shoot! Frick. Anyway. Yeah, that just about does it for this episode. Tell us what you thought in the comments down below. Like this video if you liked it, and hit subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Sorry that this episode is going up so incredibly late. It's because we had a bit of scheduling conflicts behind the scenes. But hopefully, obviously we've got it sorted out now if you're listening to this. So next week we'll try to bring you more stuff, except Toku is not up next week. So don't look for an episode of a review. We are going to be putting up different content, similar content. So get excited, because we certainly are. We're gonna launch a few new shows possibly in the coming future, or like next week. So just be ready for that. Also, alongside this episode, our Q Ranger review is going up, and on top of that, our Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 31 review is going up.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna bring that back.
Yeah, hopefully on a consistent schedule, and that is going to be hosted by your boy truly. Cinder Blaze. Yeah, and Strange Words. Yeah. That does it for all the channel stuff. Yeah, keep it juicy.
Yeah, see ya.